today. I'm liking it. Lots of good energy. Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to Silicon Valley CSL. And I am so grateful to be here to welcome you into this sacred space and for our meditation today. So just as a thought, I am. My name is Audrey White, and I am a student practitioner, first year, so we're going through that. I'm so excited by that. And I am also the vice president of the board. So I am just so excited to be able to be a part of this community to support Rev, and also all of you in this community as we establish and grow in our own faith, in our own expansion, and as a community, and calling in our people that need us to grow and to expand in this consciousness, especially at this time of the world. So thank you so much. And we're going to drop into meditation just as a note. Really allow yourself, this is your time to sink in and to feel and sense the sacredness of your being and your divine connection to the One. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. So I invite you all to just settle in, take a breath in, and allow your body to settle into wherever you're seated. Sensing that support, sensing that you don't need to do anything right now, just to feel and sense support. And we'll take 3 breaths together. Breathing in, just putting in that deep, deep energy. And as you breathe in, expand, expand. Hold it. Sip in just a little bit more. Hold and release with an ah. And we let go. And breathe in again. Expanding. Sip in just a little bit more, and sustain, and hold, and release again with an audible ah. And as this last time we breathe in, expanding again, breathing in life, and sip in a little bit more, hold and sustain, and let go. And as we drop into ourselves, we know we're one. And this is a sacred time for your connection, for our connection with Spirit. And we sense the expansion. We sense the connection. And we know we are one. And we'll take some time to just sit in the silence, knowing that everything that we hear, everything that occurs is divine, is God. And this is our time. We allow the divine Om to connect us further, deeper. ourselves, into our connection, into our divinity. And everything is a part of this oneness. The footsteps of God, the music of God, the voices of God. And we connect in and just allow. Connecting back to our breath, connecting back to the oneness that is always, always present within us. allowing your breath to settle in and sink deeper into yourselves. Connecting into the earth, to Mother Earth, and all she freely gives us. Allowing your roots to grow deep, soaking up the energies of the earth, the bounty of the earth. And as a flower expands, expanding upward, reaching upward to the heavens, to divinity itself, the divine mind, where we are all connected in one. And we become, each one of us becomes the channel between heaven and earth. And as we close out this meditation, we take a breath. And in that breath, we know we are one, that there is one God, one source of creation, one divinity, one energy, one force that moves and creates all things. And we see it as the flowers are blooming, as the sun is shining, as the birds are chirping and singing. We see it every moment of every day, that there is only one thing going on here. And that one thing is love, it is power, it is divine grace that moves through me and through each one of us. And together we have created this beautiful container of love, of abundance, of vibrant health, of possibilities. This is a time of possibilities. And I am knowing that today is divine, is perfect, and that each one of us flows in divinity, in grace, in love, in peace, in joy, and in strength. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful for Silicon Valley Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm so grateful for Reverend Rasheryl, and I'm so grateful for each one of you who continues to choose yourselves, to choose your highest self, to commit to being the best version that commits to this community and to what is to come. With a grateful heart, I just release this into the law, into the word, knowing it is done. It is so beautiful and so complete. And together we say, and so it is. So we'll have a few moments of music, a few moments for you to just adjust into this time, and then we will be back together for our service in just a few moments. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. You ready to feel some love? Don't be afraid to get up and clap your hands. Sing along.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Let us make a joyful sound.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound.
Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Sounding good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, does everybody feel like they're awake? Yes. Do you feel like one big family? Yes. Are we awake and alive? Yes. Oh, my goodness. Well, welcome this morning to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. People are throwing their phones. They're so excited up here. I'm glad you're here, Audrey. Yes, yes. So I am Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. I'm your spiritual... Wow, thank you. Thank you. The honeymoon is still going. I love it. I love it. So I'm your spiritual director, and I'm just so thrilled you're here. And here's why I'm happy you're here. Because this community is birthed with the awareness of us being the lights in the world, us being the ones who will actually change the world. No one's coming to save us. We have to be the change we wish to see. And this teaching allows us to do that because we understand that we are each made in the image and likeness and out of pure spirit, and we each have the power within us to change our lives and to change the world. And that's why we're all here, and that's why I love being here. I love being with fellow spiritual seekers who are all about transformation. How do we rock this thing called life, right? And understand that we are one big family. So that's what we're all about here at Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. So welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see you, and welcome to all of our new people who are showing up as well. All right, so with that being said, I would love to call up Joni Quintal, who is one of our practitioner students, who will do our call to service. There you go. And then I'll do the invocation, and we'll proceed from there.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Joni.
Where else can you go when 20 people say good morning at the same time? It's so beautiful. So
This is where everybody knows your name.
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds familiar.
If you feel comfortable, please go ahead and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath, and while doing that, letting go of what it took for you to get here this morning, feeling the seat beneath you, letting go of everything that's going through your brain at the moment, and allow the vibration of this bowl to turn your heart inward where the divine resides.
And how good it is this morning to just sense and feel into the divine presence. That presence that has no beginning and no ending, that presence that is all that there is, that presence that is everywhere powerful and everywhere intelligent, that which is indestructible and inexhaustible. And this morning I call it God, but it is known by many names, whether it is Spirit or First Cause, the Creator, the Divine, the All That Is, Mother, Father, God, whatever name we give it, it is all that there is. And I am so aware this morning of the immensity of this presence, the loving nature of this presence, the creativity of this presence, knowing that it created each of us out of itself. And so we are each divine sparks in a human body sitting here this morning, whether we're here at home or wherever we may be. And what I am knowing then is that that divine presence within each of us is right now quickening, right now moving, right now expressing, right now lighting up. And so I know that this time that we spend together in this sacred thing called the gathering, this time that we spend is a time where we are blessed, where that inner light is activated, that inner power is ignited, where that inner presence is alive and breathing through and as each of us. And so I know that we are blessed by the music that is so beautiful and so rich and so powerful, so melodic, so touching. And we are blessed by the technology that allows us to hear each other and to amplify and broadcast our message on the internet. And we bless our beloveds who are watching online right now. And so blessing our technologists and each one of you here, knowing that all is indeed well, that life is indeed good, and that God has the final word in all things. And for this I am grateful. And I release this word now unto the law, knowing it is complete and all is well. Let's say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Rasheryl and Joni, for blessing us for the morning. And thank you to Audrey White for our meditation. I am Jenna Brown. I am on your praise team today and your announcer extraordinaire. Can I get a mic check, please? I don't think I'm... Okay. All right, let's get some announcements up in here. You ready to hear some dates and times? Right after service today, Rev Rasheryl's hosting a community brunch, Rev Rasheryl and the Board of Trustees, and she and Mark Hurwitch are going to facilitate it. It will be a community brunch and vision and membership discussion, and we'll be talking about the things that we want to see here and the ways we think that we can best build our community together. So that'll be right after service. Every weekday morning at 9 a.m. online is a meditation that Rev Rasheryl leads. You can find that on our website. And coming up on April 27th, we will have Sharon D. Henderson and Reflection back for a special concert service. That's April 27th. And you probably don't want to miss meditation so that you don't miss the interlude music. Because it starts early. They will go off. And also on the 27th is Laughter Yoga with our very own Morgan Marr. So another reason not to miss the meditation. And that'll get us all giggly and ready for our concert after that. All right. Give it up for our production team back there. Scott McCauley, Sal Larkins, and Hector Torres. And give it up for our band, Sonia Trejo, Rodrigo Avila, and our guest in residence, Etienne, France.
Give it up for Etienne, y'all.
After he's been in residence with us for however many weeks now, I finally got a little bio together for him. He's been playing and performing music of all genres for at least 25 years now. He sings, raps, plays guitar, bass guitar, and upright bass, as you can see. And he is a music minister at Inner Light Ministries, which meets on the fourth Sundays at the Resource Center for Nonviolence in Santa Cruz, 3 to 5 p.m. So you have time to go over there after here if you want. Yeah. A double trip for you. All right. So we're going to get some more songs going for y'all today. This one is The Creator Has a Master Plan by Leon Thomas. Enjoy.
So I, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna wait till you hear me, and then I'll start talking. Check, check, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hey, there we are. All right. Completely trivial and useless fact. So why are you telling us? I don't know. Because maybe it'll just ring a bell for one of y'all. I love acronyms. I'm a huge fan of acronyms. I love like iconography and symbols and words and numbers, and I always make acronyms out of things. So the Creator Has a Master Plan comes out as CHAMP. So whenever I put it on my list or whatever, I'm always like CHAMP. Yeah, not like like a vainglorious thing, but like a just an embodied. Yeah, just you get it. You do it to what you want, And to me this song, it's like the epitome of and so it is. This is just saying and so it is. Especially for in times like this. I mean, don't we just have to be like, so it is, like, just there's order, right? There's always order. It's amazing to think of sometimes, right? Because it's like your lying eyes, right? But don't just believe your heart. Go with what you know, right? Go for what you know, as they say. I like that, yeah. I'm telling you, there's order, y'all. There's order. There was a time when peace was on the earth, joy and happiness, each one knew their worth. In my heart, yeah, I yearn for this spirit return, and I cry as time flies. Give me an arm. There is a place where a rainbow always shines. Rainbows are the shadows of love that's so divine. And the glow of the love will light up the sky up above, and it's free. Fly with me. The Creator has a master plan. 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 Let me get our own band. Why don't y'all join me? The Creator has a master plan. Peace and happiness for everyone. The Creator makes but one demand. Peace and happiness for all the land. Oh, yeah. The Creator has a say it with me. The Creator has a master plan. Let's embody this. The Creator has a master plan. The Creator has a master plan. The Creator makes but one plan. Peace and happiness. Peace and happiness for everyone. The Creator has a master plan. Peace and happiness.
Peace and happiness
For everyone.
The Creator has a master plan. Happiness everyone.
Peace and happiness.
Peace and happiness
Makes
for
but one
every man. The Creator has a master plan.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh my goodness. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Etienne and the choir. Let's give it up for Etienne and the choir, y'all. And our incredible musical director is Sonia Trejo. Yes, thank you. What a beautiful message, huh? The Creator has a master plan. The Creator has a master plan. Don't we need that reminder right now? Yes. The Creator has a master plan. Yes. All the time, right? Oh, my goodness. So, hey, y'all. It's April. We're talking about the art of renewal, right? How do we refresh, renew, resurge, reignite, revitalize, even with everything that's going on? But that's what time it is, right? Time to renew, to refresh. And so last week we talked about the holy release, right? So making the act of releasing, the act of getting rid of stuff you don't need, the act of letting go, making that sacred, consecrating that to the divine. And I'm happy to report that, yes, I did take all of my stuff to the Goodwill. I will admit that I did it yesterday at 5 o'clock. Because I procrastinated all week, and then I was like, there is no way I can stand up there tomorrow and say that I did not take, I'd be fired? Would you be like, you're fired? Yes. Exactly, right? So I slogged all my stuff over to Goodwill and blessed it and released it so that individuals who need that stuff could have access to it. And so it was a beautiful thing to do that. Lots of other people were there. It was very intense and crowded, but that's okay. Did that. I am here now. I made it. I made it through. And so here's what's interesting. Once we let go of something, especially if it's something significant, once we let go of that, whether it's a relationship, a job, whatever it is, we end up in this space that is the in-betwixt and between. And that's called the liminal space. The liminal space. And the liminal space is from the Latin word limen, L-I-M-E-N, which means threshold, right? It means threshold. And so it's that space betwixt and between. And what's interesting for us to consider is that many times we're so uncomfortable in that space. We want to fill it. We want to do things, right? We get really uncomfortable when we're not sure what's happening. And what happens if really the most sacred moment is not the breakthrough or the breakdown, it's that in-between? What if that's the most sacred moment? What if that's the most fruitful and powerful time? And so what we're going to be talking about today is how do we live in the liminal space? Because individually and collectively, that is where we are. Right, that is where we are, and a lot of toxic things that we are observing in ourselves, in each other, in the collective, in our world, in our country. A lot of that is just extreme discomfort with living in the unknown, right, and living in the in-between space. That's why we're seeing a lot of this stuff crop up. So let's talk a little bit about this. So the liminal space is Richard Rohr, the American priest and writer, describes the space as this: where we are betwixt and between the familiar and the completely unknown. There alone is our old world left behind, while we are not yet sure of our new existence. That's a good space where genuine newness can begin, right? Where genuine newness can begin. And it is a difficult space in a world that demands that you always be in action, in a world that demands you have a 5-year plan, your 3-year plan, what your goals are. And I am a goal person, so I'm sort of talking to myself. But we're in a world that just demands that that you fit in a box, that you check the boxes, that you do the certain things, right? That this is the way of the world. And so when we're in a liminal space, a lot of times we feel guilty about it, or we feel shame about it, or we feel like we should be doing something, or maybe we should know something, or maybe we should have a goal, or maybe we should have a plan. And actually what's happening is that space is really a womb, right? It's a womb, not a tomb, right? It is a place where something new is happening, something new is germinating, something new is being cultivated. And it's a very, very important space. When I look at my journey here, And as I was thinking about this talk this week and looking at different times where I've been really deeply in the liminal space, I think about and I look back over my move to San Jose, right? So prior to moving to San Jose, I was in ministerial school, but I also was very much involved in my business, my corporate business, as an executive leadership coach to Fortune 500 clients, designing training programs, and that was my world. That was my identity of sorts, right? That is the work I was doing, and I loved, and still love that work. I love my clients. I loved what I was doing. And once I finished ministerial school, my thought had been, oh, okay, I will just embed or inject some spirituality or mindfulness into the work I'm doing at corporate, because there's already an opening for that, right? There's so much scientific research about how great meditation is and these kinds of things. So I thought, okay, I will just add on and evolve my business so that it is doing more of that kind of work. And that was not what happened. That was not what happened. So really in accelerated fashion, as Spirit tends to work in my life, I put in an application for a job to be the senior minister at CSL San Jose. Was not interested in it when I put in the application, but my mentors were like, just put it in. And then things escalated, and next thing I know, I'm in San Jose as a senior minister. And I loved it, right? I loved being there. I loved that community, and I realized I love being a minister. But what was interesting in the liminal space for me was, okay, what's my identity now? Like, how do I talk about what I do? Because on the one hand, I've been an executive coach and entrepreneur for 20 years and have a really significant body of work around that. And now I'm a minister of this church that is very revered within the CSL movement, right? And, I have my corporate clients and other professional friends saying, what are you doing? Like, your business is like incredible. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? And then I have other friends saying, you know what, you need to get your, why don't you update your website? Why haven't you da-da-da-da? What about your brand? Blah, 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 right? And I'm like, I am between two things, and I don't know who I am or what that is, right? I don't know what that integration is. I don't know yet what the integration is from the body of work I've done up until now as an entrepreneur, as someone who was very involved at sort of higher levels in the corporate world, and then as a minister, right? I don't know what that integration looks like. And only now, through 3 years in, is it beginning to emerge for me that there's some intersection of business and spirituality that needs to come together, and that I'm called to be a part of that, right? And so even still, I don't know what that looks like. It's not taken full shape yet. So the last 3 years have been this big liminal space for me, even though I still got stuff done. I still had a role to do. I had a job to do. I did my job. I do my job. But it's been a huge liminal space of I'm not where I was, and I'm not who I was, and I'm not where I'm going fully, and that's not fully integrated, right? Have you all ever felt that? Yes. Yeah. Yes. And so it's this really interesting place. And so I just want to share with you some things that I did to get through that space, right? So one thing is I had to shut off the noise of other people, right? Other people's expectations, other people telling me what I should do, other people analyzing and diagnosing me, right? I just had someone recently say, that, well, why don't you get your new website done, and da-da-da-da, why don't you do this and that, and then telling me that maybe I have imposter syndrome, which I actually have a course called Slay Imposter Syndrome that I've taught to corporate executives, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what it is. Like, I'm waiting for it to emerge clearly for me who I am and how I talk about what I do and how these things marry together before I put it out there, right? And so no amount of analysis, criticism, judgment, or anything else is going to force that situation any faster, right? And so I invite you, if you are in this liminal space, to know that it is safe, it is sacred, and as the song says, God has a master plan. And when you trust in divine intelligence that knows what it is doing, the divine intelligence that created each of us out of itself, the divine intelligence that knows us intimately before we ever took physical form, the divine intelligence that created this entire world and everything we know in it, that intelligence knows exactly what we're supposed to be doing and when and how. It already knows. There is a plan. And so our job is not to get swayed by the voices of the world unless we really feel internally, yes, it is now time to do this thing, right? But letting other people dictate to us what we should be doing, and should is always a key word. As soon as I hear should, I'm shutting down, right? Because right now, that is a judgment, yes? And so we stop shoulding all over ourselves and don't let other people should all over us, right? And we begin to listen and get aligned with the master plan, because it will unfold exactly what our steps are to be. And it may look crazy to other people. It will likely look crazy to other people. Yes, and that is okay. And that is okay. We're a room full of crazy people, right? We're a room full of crazy people, right? It is okay for people to think you're nuts, right? But you have to listen to that internal, intuitive, divine intelligence that is loaded and coded into your system. It created you. It knows what to do. It knows how to do it. It knows what's highest and best for you. So the more you are in touch with it, the more you are aligned with it, then you can just move from place to place, and the way unfolds, right? The way unfolds. And so often we're afraid, and we're just, when is it going to happen? And right? All the things. And that's legitimate feelings, right? It's legitimate to feel fearful, or to feel uncertain, or to mourn, right? To mourn what you used to be. Our entire country is in mourning because we've never really processed going through COVID, right? Like, we never processed what we lost with the pandemic, what we lost, our way of life, things that we took for granted, that were normal, are gone, don't exist anymore. Or our faith has been shaken, right? So we're in this liminal space right now, which is why there's so much power grabbing and so much contention, because we're in a liminal space collectively as a country, right? We're in the space of, like, pre-COVID, things were certain, where there were certain assumptions we had about how things worked. There were certain assumptions we had about how things should be or could be. There were certain assurances we had about how things operated and worked in our country and our world that are now shaken or don't exist, right? So we're in this liminal space, and in the liminal space, there will always be those who are freaking out all over everybody else, right? They're freaking out of fear, trying to solidify things, make it so that we understand it, make it small so we can control it, make it right. There's this energy that's up that's all about that, right? And what we're invited into is to bless that energy and to know the Creator has a master plan. And I am aligned with that vibration, right? I'm aligned with that energy. I'm aligned with that truth within my being and within my life and within my circle of influence. And I will not be moved. I will not be deterred. I will not be influenced by the fear that's cropping up all around me. Right? Are y'all with me on this? Yeah? So this is what we're seeing right now. We're in a liminal space, and people are freaking out. Yes? And then we're in this liminal space in this community, right? We're in this liminal space right here at Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living, which is, 13 Sundays old or something like that, right? We're a little baby, right? 13 Sundays old. And here we are, we birthed and we're here, right? And we're not where we're going. We're in a hotel space. This is a liminal space, right? And we're not where we're going. But here's the beautiful thing. We're in this hallway between what was and where we're going, and the hallway is a sacred space, y'all. The hallway is a sacred space because God is the hallway. God is where we were. God is the hallway. God is where we're going. It's everywhere. There's a master plan. There's a master plan, right? So we're in this hallway, and we're making our way to where we're going. And it's a beautiful thing. And this is a time now for us to be doing exactly what we're doing, which is we gather together and we sing, we make a joyful noise in here, yes? Right? And we pray together and we meditate together. And then last week we started, just talking about what is our vision? What are we excited about? What do we want to do here? Why are we gathering together? What are we creating together? Right? And so we'll go through that process. And those of you who want to become members, you'll join and become members, right? Officially, and be a part of this community. And those who are here, however you're here, you'll be a part of this community, and we'll build and we'll grow and we'll flourish. right? That's what we're about. We're in the hallway, and it is a magnificent ride, right? It's a magnificent ride because we are in the womb, not the tomb, right? Yeah, this is a powerful place to be. So this is what I invite you into in your life, right? So first off, get rid of all the stuff that other people are saying, right? Because there's people around me that were like, "Whoa, you're going to start a new center? Why would you start a new center? Centers are closing. Churches are closing during COVID, like post-COVID. Da, 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 da. Why would you walk away from San Jose?" Like, I heard all the things, right? But it didn't matter because I already knew what I had to do. I already knew what I was called to do. So it didn't matter what other people were saying. It was like little gnats. Did not even land, right? Did not even land because I'm so sure. I am so sure, bless you. Right? I'm so sure in this walk. Right? I'm so sure about Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm so sure that there is work that we are to do to help bridge the spiritual and the business, the spiritual and the tech, the spiritual. We are the heart and soul of this valley. Right? That's what we're here to do. So this is a very rich hallway that we are in. Right? A very, very rich hallway that we are in. So if this is something that you're also experiencing in your life, I want you to look for what's the richness in my hallway, right? What is the vision I have for the other side, right? How can I be present to the hallway, right? Are there little specks of dust I need to, sweep up? Yes. Do I need to polish something, right? Do I need to move some things out of the way? Right? So really be thinking about for your own hallway, what is it that you can be doing to deepen the experience, to enrich the experience? Because here's the thing, what happens in the hallway, what you are, how you be in the hallway determines, is going to shape what happens next. These are not separate things, right? How you go through the liminal determines what happens on the other side. So you can't be freaking out over here and then think you're going to get over there and it's going to be all, rainbows and unicorns. That's not how it works. Because you are the thing itself, right? You are the thing itself. So the energy that you're carrying, the energy that you have, the energy that is moving through you, the way that you are being in the liminal is going to be what sets the foundation for the next thing. So that's why you want to be awake as you go through this process. That's why you want to clear out and let go of stuff that no longer serves, because you can't take old wine into new wineskins. It does not work, right? It does not work, right? So interesting, this hallway thing, right? It's like a birth canal, right? It's like a birth canal. And so you can't be acting crazy up in there, I'm telling you. You can't be acting crazy. I did, and they had to do a C-section and get me out of there. I almost took everybody out. I almost took my mom out and me. Right? It's like, don't get crazy. Calm down, everybody. Just calm down and go through this. Right? Yeah, so it's so important. It's so important to be present to the hallway. Be present to how you're moving through this time, this liminal space. And the other thing I want to say is that what helps and what helped me and what is helping me now, because I'm still in a liminal space in my life, right? What's helping me now is that I have certain anchors in place for myself, right? So even getting through the hallway, in that in-between place, you can feel like, especially if it's something like, you lost maybe a job or a role that you've had for a long time, right? Or a relationship that you had for a long time or that was very deep and meaningful. Those are things that can really shake our identity, right? The loss of a loved one, or some big shift, they can really shape our identity where we feel like, whoa, like, the ground is moving beneath us and everything feels like it's just not, like it's not stable, yes? And so these are times where you need an anchor. You need an anchor. And for me, the beautiful thing about being a minister is that Sunday morning is my anchor, right? My life is organized around Sunday morning. And so it is an anchor for me to be preparing myself to be here with you, because it's not about me, it's about you, right? And as I'm working on my talk and working on what am I going to say, all that my prayer and the desire of my heart is to for God to say the words that you need to hear, right? To say the words that you need to hear. It's not about me, right? It's about what is the message that is most needed for me to say, right? And move through me, God. Move through me. Speak through me. Whatever it is. And so frequently I hear people come up to me and go, oh my gosh, I felt like you were talking to me. And I'm like, thank you, God, right? Thank you, God. Because that's what the job is, right? And that's why those of you who know me closely, I've gotten better at this, know me closely, know it's difficult for me to interact before the service because I'm sort of in a couple different places, right? Right before I'm here, because I'm opening and preparing my way in a certain way, and I've learned now to be able to also interact and do that, right? But I am here for you. I am here for you, and this is a big anchor for me to get prepared to do that, yes? And so I want to invite you in to look at your life and what are the anchors for you, right? It may be your job, it may be your work, right? It may be a significant other. It may be a child, right? It may be your pet. What is the anchor for you that you sort of organize yourself around? And what I want to offer you is that you need multiple anchors, right? You need multiple anchors. So what I would offer is, one, make spiritual community part of your anchoring process. So if you can get here on Sundays in person, it's so beautiful, the music, right? Oh my God, it feels so good in this room, yes? Right, if you can get here on Sundays, come in, right? And be here and let that be an anchoring for yourself. And then on a daily basis, really look at how are you anchoring yourself in this liminal space that we're in, right? Because collectively, we are in a liminal space. The world is like we have left the shore. We have left the shore, and we do not know where we're going exactly. Right? We do know God has a master plan, but it's uncertain, right? And so that is why you need the daily anchors of your spiritual practice, right? Is it meditation that allows you to get into alignment with the divine and get a sense that there is a master plan and that God has the final word and there is only that one power, right? Is it being out in nature that allows you to feel that, right? And so finding what is that personal anchor for me in terms of my spiritual practice. And, the third thing I would say in terms of anchoring is because things are so intense right now, we also need little pods and groups where we meet and we collect and we're with each other and we love each other. Last week, there were a group of us who went to see Michael Beckwith in Oakland. And it was so sweet and so wonderful, and so powerful and so inspiring. And such a reminder. So it was so beautiful for me to stand with my teacher and then to see my prac students with my teacher, and to see the people in this community and to say to him, this is your legacy, right? This is your legacy, right? What a powerful, beautiful thing. And so it's important to find places where we connect with each other, having coffee together. I had coffee with Darren, who shot a video of me talking about service, talking about what I was going to talk about today. So we did that like on Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah. And I didn't want to do it. I was like, I didn't want to do it. And Darren's like, I'm posting this. Thank you, Darren. But the point I'm making is finding these anchors in your life, in your day, in your daily time to reach out to someone, call someone, have coffee, get connected, right? Just maybe one other person who you know is of like mind, right? These are the anchors because the world is not an anchor. The news is not an anchor, right? All the crazy stuff that's going on is not an anchor. It is designed to keep us separate and to keep us easily controlled. Right? And so it's really important that you talk with individuals who are of like mind, who understand this teaching or understand some truth teaching, right? That you can be in conversation with, that you can break bread together with, right? That you can share time with, walk with, work out with, go to yoga class, whatever it is, right? Are y'all with me? Yeah. So this is what is important right now. And so how many people feel like that they, in their personal lives, not the collective, in your personal life, how many people feel like you're in this liminal space right now in your life? Wow, everybody. Almost everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, right? Right? That's why you're here. Absolutely. Welcome home. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so as I wrap this up, here's what I want you to really get that happens when you do these things I'm saying, when you don't listen to other people, when you really, really honor the sacredness of that hallway, right? And when you have your anchors set in place for yourself, here's some things that happen. You then grow these incredible spiritual muscles, right? You grow this spiritual fortitude, right? You grow this place and space where you become unshakable, right? You become unshakable. You can listen to things, you can observe things, you can be around other people who don't think the same way, and you're unshakable. It doesn't touch you. This is what it means by being of the world, in the world, but not of it. Wait, what is it, Mom? In the world, but not of it, right? In the world, but not of it. It got all scrambled up. I'm glad she's here. Right, but this is what's meant by being in the world, but not of it. Right, you're in the world and there's things happening, but it's not touching you, right? It's not triggering you. It's not sending you off into a spiral, right? It's not sending you down a deep hole of depression. But you gotta get yourself anchored and aligned in the truth. Another benefit that happens is you also, as I just said here, you are less reactive, because right now a lot of people are reactive. I don't know if you've been in, I've been in, I love Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. And I have shopped at Trader Joe's for like 35 years. I shopped at the original one in Pasadena, or right outside Pasadena, California. And I gotta tell you this, I think that the prerequisite for Trader Joe's, when they go to survey and search and see if they're gonna open a store, they have two prerequisites. One is the store square footage must be smaller than the number of customers that are ever gonna come in, okay? Right? And then the other I think that they look for is the parking lot must be very intricate and small, smaller than the cars that are going to actually shop there. Like, I think those are the things, right? Because, it is insane. Every Trader Joe's I've ever been to all over the country, everywhere, it is always insane in the parking lot and insane in the store. And it's like, this must be what they look for, right? Now, why am I talking about that? Less reactive. You become less reactive, right? Because people are highly reactive. Over here at Prune Yard, right here at Prune Yard, in the Trader Joe's lot yesterday at the four-way stop, people are like, honking their horns and blowing for people to go, and it's like, you can't go if there's cars coming. If there's cars coming in the driveway. But there's a lot of reactivity happening, right? A lot of, I used to not hear that a couple years ago. Right, and because I live right across the street, and I never heard that kind of, and I've heard this several times, where people are just honking their horns. It's like, you cannot go anywhere in this lot, yes? So the point I'm making by getting off on that is part of being anchored in the divine and having those anchors is that you become less reactive, because there are a lot of people who are very highly reactive and they get triggered instantly. So you need to be a space of non-reactivity so that you can be aware of what's happening, right? And sort of see things as they're happening in real time, not be surprised. And the very last thing that happens when you really live in this place of the liminal is that you become transformed, right? That old identity that you left behind is behind. The dead bury the dead, right? And you move into this new way of being, this new identity that is expanded, that is alive, that is alert, that is awake, that is abundant, that is flourishing. You have the opportunity to move into that identity, yes? And so that is what the liminal is all about. It is a womb, not a tomb. Let's turn within. And so how good it is just to settle down in this knowing. And to once again recognize the divine presence. That presence that indeed has a master plan, the creator that has a master plan that was designed before the beginning, that was designed before we ever got here. And so we can trust in this presence that is everywhere, expressing through each of us, as each of us. And so what I know is the master plan for each one is that divine health and vitality is right now expressing for each one. knowing indeed wholeness in the cellular structure, in the body, temple, in the organs and systems, I claim and know for each one that that master plan of health is revealed right now as energy, as clarity, as power, as neurological functioning, as clear thinking, as cognitive processes, crisp and clear, full memory. This is what I know for each one. And how good it is this morning to just sense and know and feel that master plan moving through the relationships of each one here, healing and uplifting and transforming relationships filled with love and support and respect and ease. And knowing anything that is unlike this just dissolves into nothingness, never to be seen. And what I also know for each one here is the master plan for abundance and prosperity, as I claim and know that each one here has the divine economy working on their behalf. And so I am knowing divine overflowing abundance. I am knowing all needs met. I am knowing financial flow and overflow for each one. And knowing that no matter what happens to the economy, to the whatevers, that God has the final word and God is fully, fully abundant. And so this is what I know this morning, and I'm grateful to know it, grateful to feel it, grateful to sense it. And we just feel into these beautiful instruments that are just telling the truth right now. And so with deep gratitude this morning, I am certain this word is complete. And so I release it into the law, and it is fulfilled. And so it is. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Rasheryl. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. How many of us woke up this morning saying it's a good God day? Oh, my heart is full. My heart is full. I am sure, I am calm. All is well. This is an anthem. This is I Rise in God. And if you know the words, please sing. Yes. Thank you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I rise in God. I rise in God. Ooh. I rise in God. God is the way to me. All that I am to be, is rising every day in God. I sing of God.
Thank you, Jenna. It is so, so good to see you rise. I love it. And you are just in that liminal space becoming. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And thank you so much, the core. Thank you, Etienne, France, for being here and giving us this space. Oh. So again, I'm Audrey White, and I'm just here to talk a little bit, and this is our time for the offering. And I want to talk a little bit about this. We have our little hearts. We have a little QR code, and for those of you online, you can go to our website and donate there as well. And we also we do take checks, so if you, checks, money, whatever, but we really would like you to put your name on it so that we can track and give you credit and know who's giving to this community. So as you are preparing your own offering, this is part of our teaching, this law of circulation, this law of giving, because it comes back to us so abundantly, so creatively, and we never know where it's coming from. Except God does. So, because it's all God. There is a master plan, absolutely. And your giving supports this community as we are becoming and as we are growing into what is next. And we are all so deeply grateful for your gifts of your time, your talent, your resources. And yeah, so thank you. So on our little heart, so if we have your heart, if you have your offering, just take a moment. And on the back it says, I have abundance because I am abundance. And so it is. And so it is. So where are we with this? All right. There we go. We are all good. So this is our offering blessing, and I just invite you to just hold your offering, whether it is physically in your hand or in your heart that you've given online. And our offering is divine love through me. Blesses and multiplies. All that I am. All that I have. All that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God, and so it is. And Marilee is going to come through and pass the basket while we have a little more music. And so as we complete the offering, so I have another announcement. So we will not be moving upstairs after all. I know, after I did that fantastic Jefferson's rendition of Moving On Up, I'm so disappointed. So here's what's going on. We received, as you all know, a couple of weeks ago, we received a message from the general manager
that there was too much noise, too much music, and they're getting complaints from guests staying in the hotel. And those complaints resulted in some refunds having to be given and some negative messaging on social media. So they're very, very concerned. And so we've been taking, as you can tell today, the amplification is pretty low or almost off. And we also did that last week. So we've been asked not to move upstairs because we really would be embedded and surrounded by guest rooms even more than here. So I am so grateful that we are here in this space and so grateful for the hotel. They are amazing. And I'm also knowing this is a liminal space. And our space will be emerging because we're very open to it. So there are a few of you I know I need to have a chat with to maybe make some suggestions. But while we're here, I just encourage you to bless this space and the hotel and the guests, right? And this, because this is our sanctuary, right? So we won't be moving upstairs. Please join me downstairs. I'll be hosting brunch downstairs, and we'll be having a discussion about what you want to see in this community, what you want to participate in, what you want to create in this community. So I would love to have you join that conversation, and then we'll talk about membership. And you don't have to commit now, but we'll talk about membership downstairs. And if you are wanting to be a member and be our inaugural members, then we will get that process started because we'll have an installation on April 27th in here. So we're our official, because we don't have any members officially, right, at this point. So we'll have that installation on April 27th. Okay, anything else? Oh, so who's here for the very first time? Hello, welcome, welcome. So wonderful. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you found us, and if this message resonated with you, I hope that you will come back. You are welcome here anytime, and we love having you in our presence. And if you want to join us for brunch downstairs, I'm hosting it, so feel free to join for brunch. And I think that's it. Would either of you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Kelly Phillips, new to that area. I guess I could say seasoned in trying to
Yes, yes.
and just thrilled to have found you all and so glad to be here.
Welcome, Kelly. So it's so funny. Kelly, can I tell about Facebook?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's so funny because.
Let me preface it first, though. I have been stalking you.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew of you and was trying to find us. You know?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting these little bits of information. So last night, it was a little late in the evening as well. I thought, Facebook, I'll find her on social media. So there's the preface.
Right. So she friended me. She put in a friend request. But anyone who tries to friend me on Facebook, I search their profile very carefully before I connect with them, because sometimes it's duplicates or it's a hacker that's disguised as that. And I sort of thought we were friends already, so I was like, I don't know if this is really Kelly. I'm not sure who this is. So it is indeed Kelly, so that's a wonderful thing. So welcome. And my friend here?
Yeah, I'm Yogi Joshua. I just moved to the Pruneyard Tower, Palms and Pruneyard from Santa Cruz. I think I saw you at the Center for Spiritual Living a couple of years ago. I was over here.
Yes, wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yes, wonderful. Welcome. All right. Okay, so we have some other Santa Cruzers who are in here in the room too, so that's a beautiful thing. All right, beloved, so let's do our final song, and then we're complete here, and I'll see y'all downstairs, okay? So let's stand and do I Release, yes? Okay.
1, 2, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm
Repeat after me. I trust the in-between. I trust the pause. Because the Creator has a master plan. And so it is. Okay, have a good week, everybody. Love y'all.